the success that England had in that semi-finals against India, it shows that the benefits are twofold. Because Josh Butler, who went into India and played some amazing cricket and scoring several centuries in that IPL, translating it or transferring that into the T20 World Cup, defeating the same host country that he went there to literally train, and now you're looking at one of your best soldiers from a different country coming back to defeat you and playing your own game. Welcome back to Right the Night, where it is okay to be curious. Please like, share and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for future video uploads and drop a comment. And yes, again, West Indies, even when they're losing, they're still in the news. Now, this one is about Rahul Dravid, one of cricket greats, one of the most patient, most dependable batsmen coming out of India. You know, of Rahul Dravid, the VVX Laxman, the Saroy Ganguly, the Tendulkar. That was an era of greatness. You know what? That era of greatness compared to the era of Brian Lara, Shandapal, Sawan, Chris Gill, Samuels. That was an era of greatness as well. Those players stood toe to toe with them. The Courtney Walsh, the Ambrose, just great players. And you know, Rahul Dravid, one of India's great, and he highlighted some of the reasons why the Indian players are not allowed to play for other teams around the world. Even though there would have been some benefits to it, it's an effort to preserve the cricket within India, because they have worked so hard to get the cricket to the level where it is, and they still have a deep place in their heart for Test cricket. So Rahul Dravid said that it's unfortunate that they cannot go and play in the other leagues around the world, because they would have gotten the necessary exposure and they would have gotten the opportunity to do better in the World Cup, after seeing that Josh Butler was the one that lead the fight against India. And Josh Butler was also the best batsman in the previous IPL, which, you know, that's the Indian Premier League. He saw the advantages and the disadvantages, because he also highlighted that he did not want his Indian team to diminish to the level of the West Indies team, who focus a lot more on the franchise cricket around the world and allow their national cricket to fall off, to literally lose value. He's saying that if the Indian players were to play in other leagues around the world, then Test cricket in India would die out, and he is not interested in that. There are benefits to the Indian preserving their cricket, and he's right. He's right, because the West Indies is an example of failure. It's an example that the cricketers will look for something better and brighter. But then the success that England had in that semi-finals against India, it shows that the benefits are twofold. Because Josh Butler, who went into India and played some amazing cricket, who developed his repertoire and scoring several centuries in that IPL, translating it or transferring that into the T20 World Cup, defeating the same host country that he went there to literally train, and now you're looking at one of your best soldiers from a different country coming back to defeat you and playing your own game. With the West Indies being exactly the same thing, because West Indies plays the brand of cricket that India is playing right now, and West Indies play that brand of cricket from Chris Gill era. And because of the brand of cricket that West Indies play, T20 was born, and T20 is so lucrative. The West Indies is always gonna be lucrative group of players, because they are very entertaining. It just had different flair, and any player that play with the kind of flair that the West Indies players play with, they will always be a big deal in T20. So it is twofold. India is preserving their cricket by keeping the culture within. But for those people who explore, they get to see more than one thing. And it depends. I think it comes with moderation. Because the Indian players, they would love to get a taste of what it is like to go and play in the Premier League in the Caribbean, or in Pakistan, or Bangladesh, or in Australia. At that time, they are still focused on playing their cricket, only their cricket. Everybody else comes to them. Therefore, everybody else is getting used to playing on their pitches, getting to playing in their climate, getting acclimatized to the kind of crowd that comes with India. So the players are becoming more professional by going to India to play in those Premier League, while the Indian players are being restricted to only one level of professionalism. They don't go out and struggle with the boredom of playing into an empty stadium, or to go out and struggle with a fast pitch versus the spinning pitch, or a pitch or a climate that is different. Rahul Dravid rightfully highlighted two problems, and both of them could be a solution nonetheless. Now, Rahul Dravid is on the level of Shandapal and Brian Lara, and he's fully focused and immersed in India's cricket. But we saw once again, we saw that Brian Lara and Shandapal are not necessarily immersed in West Indies cricket, and none of the modern players are immersed in West Indies cricket, because it somehow seems like the West Indies only value cricketers who played in the 80s and 90s versus those who play in the 2000s and up. Because even Surya Ganguly is a part of the cricket board doing an excellent job, and Dravid is a part of the coaching staff doing an excellent job. No, none of the modern players, the newer players, are a part of the cricket board or the coaching staff. Let me know what you guys think about this perspective. Rewrite the narrative. Like, share, and subscribe.